Hi students, welcome back to our 6th class science. That is 9th lesson, or 9th chapter, that is plants, parts and its functions. That's what we are discussing. As the last discussion of this, today we are going to wrap up this lesson. In the last session or last sessions we were discussing about plants and their parts, and in those sessions we have discussed what are the roots and what are the types of roots, what are the functionality of the roots, how it is going to carry the experiment to see the evidence of the root is going to carry the minerals and waters from the soil and is going to supply to all the parts of the plants. That what we have conducted an activity by 2 glasses and dropping red color in one glass of water. Today we are going to see, yesterday we have seen leaf and leaf base and what is the lamina, petiole and leaf base and venations and what is the midrib. Okay, all about the functionality of the ribs and what are the parallel venation and reticulate venation. It all that we have discussed in the last session. Now we'll see what is the functionality of the leaf. What does a leaf do? Okay. While going to discuss first as an activity 6 in page number 88, we have to observe, that is activity 6. As an activity 6, that is observing or stomata observation. Stomata observation is the main intention of this. To do this, what we have to do? Take a fresh leaf. We have to take a fresh leaf, peel the outer layer of the leaf and place it on the slide. We have to peel the outer layer of the leaf and we have to place it on the slide. Put the drop of water on it and observe it under a microscope. We have to put a small water drop on the leaf which is peeled and we have to observe through a microscope, under a microscope. Now try to find some beans shaped part like this. Some bean shaped part we will observe, which is been given in page number 88, figure number 7. This type of shapes we will be identifying when we are observing through the microscope. Okay, compare what you see under the microscope with whether they are similar with the same figure number 7 or whatever you observed is the same or not. That you have to check for the clarity. The bean shaped part that we see in the leaf acts like our nose. The bean shaped part, whatever we are going to observe under the microscope of the leaf, in which is given in figure number 7, is acting like our nose. These are called stomata. Okay, that nose we call the nose, the bean shape which is acting like a nose like us, nose of ours, is called as a stomata of the leaf. It is useful in exchange of gases between the plants and atmosphere. What that stomata will do? It will help in exchanging gases between the plant and atmosphere. To extend the gas, that is taking the carbon dioxide by which is exhaled by us is grabbed by the plant. How it is going to done by the plant? Through the stomata. The stomata which is present in the leaf is going to take the carbon dioxide and it is going to release the oxygen with the help of stomata which is present in the leaf of the plant. Okay, that is one functionality. That stomata exchanges the gases between the plant and atmosphere. As the stomata is present in the leaf, this should be taken as the functionality or functions of the leaf. One more activity we have, that is activity 7. That is that only the one functionality that we have by the leaf? Let's see. As an activity 7, we have have transpiration. Okay, the transpiration activity, to perform the transpiration activity, see, whenever there is an excess amount of water present in the plant, that should be excreted, is being taken out. That means that excretion of that excess amount of water is done by the leaf. Again, the excess amount of the leaf which is absorbed by the plant should be excreted. That excretion of that is giving off that water out by this leaf is called as transpiration. Let's conduct an activity. To do that, on a sunny day, or we have to select a plant which is growing under the sun. A plant we have to select. We have to select a plant. Let us select a well watered plant that has been growing in the sun. Before that, do you know that excess water is removed from in the form of vapor from the leaf surface? To understand this, let us do the following activity. Choose a bright sunny day to do this activity. To do this, we have to select a bright day, and as a first step that we have to do is select a well watered plant that has been growing in the sun. Assuming this well watered plant. Now enclose a leafy branch of the plant in a polythene bag and tie up its mouth. Okay, now we have to select a leafy branch of this a plant, and we have to cover this. We have to cover this leafy branch with a polythene bag. We have to cover this leafy branch with a polythene bag, and we have to tie the mouth of the bag. Take the another polythene bag of the same size and tie up its mouth without keeping any plant. Again, this is the one polythene bag which we kept, which is covering or enclosing the one leafy branch of the plant, and we have to take one more polythene bag. And again we have to tie up the mouth of the polythene bag without keeping any plant. These are the two one is enclose the leafy branches of the plant which is well watered, which is kept under sun, and it is also here also one polythene bag we have to keep with the empty polythene bag which is not enclosed with any plant. Okay, the two polythene bags we have to keep both of the polythene bags in the sun. This along with the tree you have to keep under sun. This also you have to keep under the sun. Okay. After a few hours, observe the inner surface of the bags. After few hours, we have to observe the inner surface of the bags. This inner surface inside of the bag, inner surface of this polythene bag and inner surface of this polythene bag, we have to observe. What do you see? Are there any water droplets? Are there any droplets of water in any of the bag? Which bag has water? Which has droplets? How do you think they are formed there? Okay, when we remove this bags and if you see inner part of the inner surface of the polythene bag, we notice that some water droplets are present in this polythene bag, not this, in this polythene bag which is enclosed the leafy branch of a plant. Now where does this water droplets has come from? That is plant releases. Why it has come from? That is a small notation. Plant release excess water in their body through the stomata and some other parts as well. Okay, from where this excess amount, when the water is excess more than its requirement, that excess water is given out by the stomata which is present in the leaf. Okay, the water is released in the form of vapor, and this process is called transpiration. Okay, that is excreting or giving off the excess amount of water by the stomata present in leaf is called transpiration. Okay, it is excess amount of water will be given off by the stomata. That process is called transpiration. These and that water is released in the form of a vapor. Actually, the amount of water which is released in the form of a vapor, water vapor, it will be released, and after that water vapor is going to condensed on the inner surface of the polythene bag. It will be condensed and it will be converted into water droplets. Excess amount of water is not directly is going to come out from the leaf like a water. It is going to come as a vapor, water vapor from the stomata of the leaf, and after it is going to hit the inner surface of the polythene bag, it is condensed on the inner surface of the polythene bag. Okay, this water vapor condensed and are seen as droplets in the polythene bag. Then what happens if transpiration does not that we cannot right? That means till now we have taken two functionality of the leaf. That is, one, the stomata which is present in the leaf is responsible for exchanging the gases between plants and atmosphere. That is one use, and it is going to give off. The stomata is going to give off the excess amount of water by the stomata which is present in the leaf in the form of water vapor. That is also one functionality of the excess amount of water in the form of water vapor will be given off by the stomata present in the leaf. That process we are calling as transpiration. These are the two uses or functionality of the leaf. Along with that, another leaf function is the preparation of food for the plant by the process of photosynthesis. We will discuss more about this in the next classes. Another process is photosynthesis. One is exchanging the gases. Next one is excreting or giving off excess amount of water. Excess is given off. That is nothing but transpiration. The other functionality of the leaf is photosynthesis. The other functionality of the leaf, these are the three: exchanging the gases, transpiration, and the photosynthesis. These are the three functionalities of the leaf which are done by. These two are done with the help of stomata, which is acting like as our nose in the leaf. Okay, these are the functionalities of the leaf and its functionalities. Next we are going to discuss about stem. Another important part of the plant. Stem provides support. What the stem will do? It provides support to the plant. Stem provides support to the plant. Observe the stem portion of some plants that you collected in activity 1. Record your observations in table number 5. Okay, some plant names we have to collect, and the stem grows whether it is going vertically, that is straight vertically, or horizontally, that you have to write. Whether they contains branches or not. The stem contains, most of the stems contain branches. You write the name of the plant, whether the stem is growing vertically or not, and whether they contains branches or not. That you have to write as a homework in page number 90, table number 5, that you have to fill as a homework. Do all plants have stem? Yes. The stems of all plants are similar? No, the stems will not be same. How is the stem of the plant that grow horizontally? Okay, how is the stem of the plant That grows, if the stem of the plant is growing horizontally, how it is going to look like? That is that what you have to do, right? Leaves and flowers grow from the stem. The leaves and flowers grow from the stem. If you observe carefully, you will see a scar on the sorry. If you observe carefully, you will see a scar on the stem where the leaf erases. Some small scar, a small gap on that where it is going on the stem, where the leaf is coming out from the stem. The stem branches into sub branches and bear leaves, flowers and fruits. The stem part of the plant is going to be converted as branches and sub branches as well to bear leaves, and flowers. To bear leaves and flowers. That is, the stem branches into sub branches and bear leaves and flowers and fruits also. Some sub branches also may have some fruits also. They may have some fruits also. Okay, this is the stem. Now, what is the functionality of the stem? Functionality of the stem and why the stem is useful. Stem and its uses. That's the next segment that we are going to discuss. That is carrying the food materials. Stem is useful for carrying the food materials. To do this, we have to conduct an activity. Take two small cuttings from a soft stemmed plant. Set up them up like we did in activity 2. Wait for 2 or 3 hours and record your observations. That is, again we have to take the 2 glass which is filled with water as activity 2. One should be we have to add red color. Here we have to keep the stem. We have to keep the stem in it without the roots. Only the stem part should be kept. In another glass tumbler or in another glass, we have to keep that stem without any color. Here we have to keep the stem in the red colored water. The stem should be kept. Now, what difference did you find between the stem of the both plants? After keeping this for 2-3 hours, we have to take that plant stem and we have to notice. What do you observe? Do the red spot appear on the leaves and the flowers on any of the plant? Yes, we notice that. We will observe some red color spots on the plant which is kept in the red water. That is red color water we will observe. Take the stem of the plant which was kept in the water with the red ink and cut a small section transversely with a sharp blade. Take the help of the teacher to do that. Suppose I am assuming that this is I kept in the red ink water, assuming this stem, along with the stem I kept in the red ink water. After that I have to cut transversely like this. Transversely to take this piece, transversely I have cut with the blade, the sharp blade I have cut to have this small piece. And after getting this, we have to observe. This is the small piece we have collected after cutting a small section transversely on the stem. Put it on the slide. We have to keep this small piece on the slide. Observe it under the microscope. If we observe it under a microscope, this transverse you cut, assume this is the upper view of the stem, the upper view of the small piece of the stem. Throughout the stem, we see that a red color ring on the transverse view observation, the top view of the stem. If you see this cut small piece from, if you see the top view from this angle, we will see a red color circle is being observed when we are going to observe this small piece under the microscope. Okay. Do we observe any colored portion? Yes, we will observe a red color ring structure when we are going to see this small piece of this stem which is cut in transversely. Okay. Do you observe any colored portion? Now cut the stem into two halves vertically from the top to bottom. Observe it. Do you see any colored portion? Now after that, what you have to do, assuming this is a blade, I have to cut this vertically from the top to bottom to open like this. Vertically top to bottom you have to open like this. The soft stem should be cut with the help of a blade, and we have to notice, is there any colored part? Is there any colored spot do we observe? Okay. Do you see any colored portion? Yes. The colored ring like structure that you see acts as a tube that carries water and food material throughout the plant. This colored red color ring portion, the ring colored portion which we observe under the microscope when it is kept in the red ink, that colored portion, the colored ring like structure that you see acts as a tube that carries water and food material throughout the plant. The water absorbed by the roots are carried through the stem to all parts of plant. The water which is absorbed by the root from the soil will be carried throughout the plant or to all the parts of the plant through the stem. Okay. The water absorbed by the root is carried throughout the stem to all parts of plant. Okay. That is what our observation. And most of the plants, how can you say the potato? And we have a segment here. Do you know segment? One important point, that is water is absorbed by the roots and the stem is carrying that water and supplying that water, the carried water to the all parts of a plant. That is, water is supplied to all parts of the plant. Okay, the water absorbed by the root is carried to all parts of the plant by the stem. The stem is going to carry that. That is one functionality. Some plants like potato, turmeric, garlic, ginger and sugarcane store food material in the stem, due to which the stem bulges in size. Okay. Some plants will store the food in roots, that already we have discussed in tuberous roots segment. That is, we have radish, carrot and beetroot are some type of material, some type of trees which are storing the food in the roots. Here there are some more type of trees are there which they are going to store the food in the stem itself. That is generally potato, turmeric, garlic, ginger, sugarcane stores the food material in the stem and bulges out. That bulges the stem out. Generally, we think that these are tuberous roots. Actually, they are modified stem. Actually, we think of that these all are tuberous roots which are storing the food particles in their roots, but actually they are modified stems. The stem only, but it is in modified form. How can you say that potato is a stem? Most plants around us have roots. What is, as a summary we can take, most plants around us have roots, leaves, stem and flowers. Most plants around us have roots, compulsory, they have stem, compulsory, they have leaves and flowers. Of course, some plants may not have Some plants may not have flowers also. All parts of the plants carry out some functions that already we have discussed. Root is having some function, leaves are having some function, stem is also having some functionality. That is carrying and supplying the water. Water is supplied to the all plants is the functionality of the stem. Root has some functionality. Leaves have some functionality that we have discussed. There are all parts of the plants carry out some functions essential for the whole plant. Every part is doing some functions which is essential for the whole plant. Okay. There are diverse form of plant in nature, and plants adapt themselves to the different conditions in nature in different ways. There are some plants which are going to adopt the different conditions in different conditions of the nature in different ways. For example, while stem usually supports the plant body, in some plants they adopt and start storing food. Some plants, some plants are giving the support. Some plant stem is giving the support to the plant. In some plants, the stem is going to use to store the food. Depending on the condition, the plant is going to adopt the respective conditions. Okay, this is what our glance. Now we will see about what is flowers and what are the functionality of the flowers. The last segment. Flower is another important part in the plant. Flower is another important part in the plant. It is also one of the important part in the plant. The flower has different colorful structure called petals. Flower has different colorful structure called petals. Flower consists of petals. If you see that rose petals will be the different color structures. We have petals. They attract insects for pollination and produces fruits. Okay. They attract insects. The colored petal attracts insects for pollination and produce fruits. We grow plants for colorful flowers which gives beauty to nature. Okay, so mostly the flowers do the functionality of pollination to produce fruits. Pollination, why the flowers, the functionality of the flowers is to produce fruits. This is the main functionality of the flowers. About flowers we have a very good explanation in our next classes. This is all for today's and completion of this lesson. I hope you understood what are the parts and what are the respective functions. Roots, types of roots we have discussed, what are the functionalities. Leaves, what is the parts of the leaf and what are the functionalities that we have discussed. Stem, and it gives the support and mainly gives the support to the plant, and it is going to supply, the water is supplied to all parts. That is going to supply the water which is being absorbed by the root to the all parts of the plant. That is one functionality of the stem. Leaf is also very much consists of petals which is different colors, which is attractive and gives the beauty to the nature. And the main functionality of the root is pollination to produce the fruits. Okay, these are the different parts of plants and their respective functions. I hope you understood this lesson. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.